Good morning, favorite rambling redhead here. How you doing today? It's not morning again. Getting bad at that, but trying to be consistent with that. Yeah. Hey, hi. How are you? It's been a while. Been a lot going on. Doing things. Anyway, we picked up this chicken coop. So we had the same people that gave us the little chicken coop that the girls used to be in, and then they gave us that chicken coop. Have now also given us this one. So what's happened is they've sold their property. Basically, they got rid of all their chickens. They moved into a subdivision, so they don't need chicken coops. They don't have 100 chickens anymore. And I wanted to build an A-frame, and this has saved me from having to build it. So let me walk you over here and give you a little tour. So it's not in a great shape from this wood sitting on the ground. So it's kind of rotted out there, but it's 16 foot long, just over 8 foot wide. It's got this really nice coop on the back of it here that's got 2 laying boxes. There's some roost. It doesn't have a door, so I'm not super stoked on that. But as far as I'm aware, it does not leak. It does have this nice shade cloth on it for them. And a big yard. It's got a door on this side as well. So that will be where our flock, these girls are 11 that we have, will be going. And then it actually came with 3 more chickens, a rooster and 2 hens, one of which is named Blue, that are presently in the box here. Oh, there they are. There. They are older and no longer laying. So we'll actually be using them to learn how to process. So this is the rooster, Blue, and the other chicken is down there. They're not getting along super well, unfortunately, in that little space. So I stopped on my way home from work today to pick up some screws, and we're going to add some support to the bottom of this coop, because the way they've got those boards across the bottom, when they did it, we're just kind of butted in, sat against the ground, and the tops got painted, the bottoms didn't. So they rotted from the bottom up, basically. Okay, well, now the train is passed. I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, so we're going to get some 2x6s that we have still attached to the sides of this, where the bottom tie boards were rotted out. Eventually, this will have to be rebuilt. The wire's still good. The wire's fine. It's just that the wood was not painted for a long time and rotted. So we're just kind of shoring it up for now and getting it all nice and get it together. And I'd like to, probably this weekend, I'm going to try and build some grass boxes. So in this coop, they've been in there for a couple weeks now, and you can see they've already tore all the grass out. So a grass box will go in there and protect some of the grass so that it will always be able to grow through it. They can always get at a little bit of fresh grass. So I think that'll be good for them. But for now, yeah, we're just going to slap some boards on the side of this. I got a frame in, a couple of spots on the back side I'll show y'all. And then, yeah, we'll be getting the big flock in there, the smaller flock into here, until we learn to process with them here in a couple of weeks. So that'll be fun. My rooster, so I have Hawk, who's my rooster. He's right down there with the red plume on his head. That's him. It's so hard to do. He's right here. That's Hawk. That's my rooster. And that big guy right there, Jumbo over here, is the new rooster. So him and Hawk are not really getting along. That's why this piece of wood's kind of shoved in the middle there, because they would really like to get at each other. So we're going to get them separated a little bit more. And then we have this coop. So this is what the chickens have been in since we got here. We started with that one with a little yard on it. Then we added this thing. And that's now going to be used eventually for our pigs, pigs, 2 of them. So this netting on here will get redone and tightened up. And then the pigs will have this as their spot until they're big enough to go into an electric pen with electric fencing. So yeah, that's planned for that. And then we'll have a couple extra coops over here. I am picking up a tiller of our own, so that'll be good. But the pigs are going back here in this corner. I think that'll be a good place for them. We still haven't got the fence up around the garden. It just hasn't been a priority because we decided we're not really planting anything this fall. So anyway, I'm going to throw you all on the tripod, and we're going to get to work on this coop. So it's not beautiful, but it's all buttoned up. Open up a little more there. So that they, so it's a pretty big gap on this corner back here. I'm just worried about them being able to get in and out there. There we go. So there's these nice little nesting boxes, and the door doesn't close, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think I would like to get one of the automatic solar doors. They use a photo cell and open when the sun comes up or whatnot, because I just don't like the idea of them being able to come in and out at night. So we are getting the water, gonna get that cleaned out so we can get it in here. We'll get the big girls in here and the new flock into the other coop, and everybody will be set up. So these guys and these coops, these nice watering bowls. So it's on this 3-inch PVC pipe, a little red unit down there. When they push down on the yellow part, it fills that with water. It comes from the same company that made the water nipples that we have on this waterer. So when the chickens peck at that little metal there, that gives them water. We're past the hot part of the year now. We only had a high like 88 today, so we don't need that much water. But come next summer, we'll move that 5-galloner back in here, and they'll be able to use that. And we'll probably have both of the 3 inches in here as well. But for now, we got this thing all sealed up, so it should be good for the girls. The only other thing that it'll really need this year, like I said, is I want to do the grass boxes to put in there still this weekend, and then come wintertime, I'll put a tarp over it, so that we can still get in and out and it's still open on the ends. But when it snows, the snow will hopefully not as bad go inside. At least that's my hope. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, we're gonna get that water filled up and get it in there for them, and that's all we're doing today. Well, I'm not sure how much of the second coop debacle there I actually got on video. Jumbo's white friend was not happy she got out. I tried to get a little bit on camera, but Deacon and Gouda went chasing her across the property. Gouda did her best to help. She's not a very good herding dog, but she got into this briar bush back here, which is what the briars exist for. It's for small animals to hide in, and she figured that out real quick, got in there. Took a while to get her out of there, and yeah, but now we're done. So big flocks over here. We got fresh grass, we got water, we're super excited, life is good. The cat's not helpful at all. And these three are over here checking out their new space. So that's Jumbo down there, and then Blue and Usain there, Usain Bolt right next to her. So Jumbo's super excited. That was a lot of fun. I wish I got more of that on video. Hopefully you'll get to see some of it. I don't know. It's been a little bit, you know. I haven't had a lot to show you, so I haven't been filming. But today we're back, and I've got all sorts of stuff to show you and all sorts of stuff going on. And let me just start at the top here. The chickens are coming up on 6 months old, looking nice and healthy. But we have determined that this guy, and that guy are roosters. Oh, and Hawk, my boy, are all roosters. And obviously we don't need that many roosters. So we actually, when they gave us that coop, they had 3 chickens left. One was a rooster and 2 hens. That is Usain and Blue, who Usain, actually the day after we got her, she got out of that coop. We were putting them in there, and went for a run. I got to watch Deacon and Gouda chase her around to try and catch her, and she's quick. She got clear to the other side of our area before Gouda got her corralled and back over here. So those two are in there, and they actually give us a third one, Jumbo, who is a gigantic white chicken. He was pain. He was not friendly. He was not nice, and we actually processed him earlier this week. We'll probably be processing the other 3 roosters, now that we know they're roosters, here soon. So yeah, we got, a bunch of coops over here. Chickens are doing well. We have started to get an egg every once in a while from Kentucky, and then Usain in that coop gives us an egg every once in a while. Those two calmed down a bunch. Right now they're still being separated because they're from another flock, but they will be joining with our other birds over here eventually. Good morning, Hawk. Hello. So it is actually Deacon, my middle son's 16th birthday today, and we just got back from IHOP. Then I have this guy to show you. This is Jerky. He's our new pig. Yeah, he's still not very friendly. He doesn't want to be my friend yet. Going in his house. But we got him last weekend with his sister, and unfortunately they were able to get out onto the property. We spent a lot of time tracking them down, and unfortunately in helping us to catch them, Luna got a hold of his sister and punctured her lung, and she didn't make it. So we'll have to be finding him a companion here soon. And we learned that if we're going to have to use Luna to track something, then we need to get a muzzle for her as well. You're around here somewhere. We actually had to buy her also a, what do you call that? A hunting vest. So if you've ever seen hunters, they have those orange vests they wear. My dog has to wear one of those because it's deer season now, and she looks like a deer when she's out and about. So a small deer, but a deer from a distance. So yeah, that's the animal update here. Nothing's really changed on the house other than we put some shelves up. Looks really nice in the kitchen. And I'll show you those when we get in there here in a few minutes. The big project we're working on today is we are finally getting some plumbing. It's the plan. So I've got all my PVC, I've got PEX. We're only running cold water because winter is coming. As you can see, everything is red and orange and brown. So we've actually had, I think it was Wednesday this week, or Tuesday maybe, we had a low of like 25. It gets already gotten cold. So we are, what we're going to end up doing is running it the same way I run the camper right now. So we're only running gray water and we're only running cold water. So we'll be able to do laundry inside, we'll be able to use the sink inside, and then we'll use the corrugated hose like we use for the sewer, or for the gray water on the camper, to run the gray water off into a gray water bucket over here on the wood line and down the hill. But I've got all my tools and everything out here figured out, and we're about to get under the house here and kind of figure out what all I need to do to get started with running this sewer line, because we'll run that first and then we're going to run the PEX after that. And once we get into the house, I'll show you where all that starts at. But hey, let's get started. Alrighty, so here is what we got going on. So this is the old 3-inch pipe that we used to run across the back of the shop here when our camper was there to connect to the sewer over there. And now we will be using it under the house. So this is a 3-inch PVC with a 3-inch to 2-inch nipple, and then a 2-inch to 1.5 nipple that will go into this end, that will go underneath the sink here, which is under this window obviously. So already popped the hole in for that, where it'll come down and 90 and go into that pipe to carry it across the house. So on the other end of these pipes will be a T. It's the same thing. It's a 3-3-2. So 3-inch, 3-inch, 2-inch to 1.5 inches. And that'll go, I have to get under the house to figure out exactly where, but about there. And then that will go over to the laundry room where the dryer or the washer will drain to it. And then that connector is the same as on our RV. So from there we'll run two of the, we have 50 foot basically of this accordion hose that comes off of that, that'll run over and down the hill. So that whole thing will come out right there, hopefully. At least that's the plan. So I've already got the holes punched inside. Walk in there and show you our new cabinet shelves as well.
Yeah. She really get one for Luna.
So these are the shelves that we put up. It's more cedar and it's been sealed, so it should hopefully keep this color pretty well. It's got a clear coat seal on it. Just like in Texas, we don't have any cabinets here, no uppers. It's all shelves, so we can see what's there. So I've already got the hole punched in here. So the pipe will come up there, hit a 90, a T that drains the sink, and then another T will go up to an air admittance valve, and then the end of it comes out and goes to the dishwasher. It'll go there. And then we have a water line that'll run across to the fridge, so we have water in the fridge. And then this line will come up right there. It'll stay on the outside of the wall. Come up, it'll poke back through the wall to vent, so that'll be the vent for our system. So later on today, when I get to putting that AAV in, I'll show you how that works, but the system still has to have one actual vent, so it'll be in there on that end. But I'm going to start cutting some of this 1.5 inch pipe, and I'll pick y'all back up here in a few minutes. Alrighty, so progress made here inside. Got my drain pipe coming up, comes over. I did not buy the correct bushing to go in there. I thought this pipe was 1.5 inches as well, but it's 1.25 inches, so I have to get an 1.5 inch to 1.25 inch bushing. And then you can't see it very well. It's right there. So that is an AAV up there. In a draining system, so this is the drain side of our plumbing, you have to be able to let air into the system, just like you do when you're pouring out a bottle or anything. You need air has to go in to replace the fluid. I don't want a large number of penetrations in the house, which is where in a normal house there'd be a pipe in the wall here, go up through the ceiling, through the roof, and out the top, and I just don't want that. So what the AAV does is a check ball inside there to let air flow in to let the sink drain, but that's higher than everything else, so water shouldn't get there. But if water does get there, it pushes the check valve closed. That said, in an AAV system using AAVs, you do still have to have an atmospheric drain somewhere. So in our case, here in the bathroom, where it's obviously leaned a little bit right now, but that'll sit just like that. And the top of this pipe that is the drain for our washer dryer will punch through the wall to allow it to drain. So that'll let the air in on that side, and then underneath the house is real simple. No, under the sink there's a P-trap that keeps sewer gases from entering the system, but it's not gonna be any sewer gases in our system because we don't have the septic yet. But it comes out of the sink on that side, converts 1.5 inches down to 3 inch into the pipe, comes across. This T, sanitary T, has a bushing. This is 2 inch to 1.5 inch. And then it runs across over here to a P-trap for the dryer. And then that goes up to the floor. So everything on the drainage side of these systems has to have a 1/4 inch of drop per foot run. So across our 16-foot house, I have 4 inches of drop on this pipe. It's actually a little bit more than that, but it just worked out that way because of the cross beam in the center of the house there. Anyway, there's plenty of drop here. So I will have coming off this end, it's got this bushing adapter right here, it's already on there, that I'll just hook hoses to, that'll run off into the tree line for now, and then eventually when our septic system goes in, this will get cut back or probably taken out, because I doubt the septic system will be behind the house. It'll probably be in front of the house, and I'll basically just be cutting these connections off and reconfiguring the pipes to go the exact opposite direction. But I don't want to drain right now, since we're just doing groundwater. I don't want to drain it that way. I want to go that way. So next up, I got to get my PEX run. So I have 1 stick of 3/4, 3 sticks of 1/2, and a ton of fittings. This whole bag is full of fittings, and then there's a bunch more in that bag. So we get through that. As I get through and doing all that, I'll show you all how that works next. Alrighty, so we got it all done. There's the drain coming from the other side of the house. Here's the drain on this side of the house, and the water lines there, the blue lines. This is our water feed going back to the other side. I still got to get the insulation to go around those this week. You can see where it comes out of the ground over there, comes up, and this is where it drains in to come out. Goes into this hose right here that I got to redirect a little bit because there's a dip right here that I hadn't noticed. It comes over here, so I got to get another section to get a little further out, or I have a fitting where I can put a water hose on the end of that, so I might do that actually. Let me walk around to the other side of the house here. We'll see if we can, and I can show you that as well. Then I'll go inside and I'll show you what we ended up doing in there. It did take us a couple more days, and then we lost a couple of days to weather and work and all that good stuff. But I got it all done. It's all working. We have a dishwasher in the house, which is awesome. The washing machine has been in the house all week, so she's been able to use that indoors, which is a huge upgrade. Sink works. So yeah, but I'll show you all that when we get in there. But let me show you the other side of the drain. Hey, so it comes out and drops down. Same with the water right there. Coming over, so just boop boop it in. Drains really nice. Plenty of slope to it, and eventually it'll have to be a little bit lower because there'll be a pipe that'll come all the way this way from that end where the toilet and shower are, and I guess it actually probably won't come out back here. That's the next big thing we'll have to figure out, is where the septic is going to end up being, which I'm thinking will be over there, probably towards the garden, is where our septic system will go, is over there. And then I'll have to reroute all this piping to go to that. But until then, this will work great. We can actually do stuff inside the house with water, which is a huge upgrade. So let's go inside and I'll show you what we did in there to wrap that up. Alrighty, so just getting back in here, just kind of show y'all what we finished up in here as well. But we do now have the dishwasher is in and working, obviously. The sink is in, and we've got this really nice faucet. So right now we have only got cold water, but oh, there's our drain. It works really well. The dishwasher pump is not quite working properly, but it kicks in right there. There's our cold lines coming up on that PEX. Comes through the floor right there. It's 3 valves. Right now the hot and the cold from the sink are connected there, just because it was dripping a little bit back on that cold side. But eventually I'll get a cap for it, and then that fitting will actually go over to the ice maker. And we will have filtered water and ice out of the refrigerator, which will be super nice. We didn't have that even in the house in Texas. So, and then here's the setup going on in here. That pipe will go through the wall actually up here, and we'll get a brace put on it once the paneling goes on that wall. But I wasn't going to just like shoot a screw into something to hold it, and it's fine. It's not hurt anything. And then right now, the dishwasher, or the washing machine that we've been using here, drains into a bucket because its little pump can't pump the water over this gap. It, you know, it'll get a big loop in there just like that, and then the pump can get it down here, but it can't get it back up. So for now, it's going to that bucket, and the bucket's thrown out. So but the water in here works as well. We have cold water here. You can see that there's a loop. There's a loop right there, so that's where eventually our whole house water filters will go. I did cut this side a little long, but they'll mount right there. Then you'll have the washer and dryer stacked right here, so I can get to the filters easily, and then the washer and dryer will be here, and that's the water line going to the cold side. Water heater will eventually go in this corner over here. We thought about doing a smaller one that'll mount up here, but if we do a big one, it'll take up the whole floor there. And yeah, so feed will come, it's a 3/4 line here, we'll go up, feed that, and then hot water will come out there and go into the house and do all that stuff. So that is our water system. It works. How has it been having water inside the house?
Excellent.
Has it freed up as much time as you thought it would free up to be able to do laundry and dishes and a dishwasher?
Absolutely.
So
before, when I did laundry, I'd basically sit outside for 4 hours and take what I could do outside with me, but I don't get as distracted with inside, so I can make sure I can hear it stop instead of having to sit outside because it's getting cold.
So there you go. It's made a big improvement, which is awesome. Only other real big change we've had recently is the dog kennel down there. And Luna has been sleeping in there just because she likes to chew on things. So, but that's going to do it. That's it for us today. Hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I'm sure this video is long. I'm going to try and get another one out next week, because next week we will have been here a year. So I'm going to try and get that done. But until then, see you next time. Bye.